This one's a really good question. What's the atmosphere like at Pandora, and are the employees treated well? Hey guys, it's Lizzie and welcome back to another video. Don't mind this right over here. I just dropped some of my juice on my shirt, and I'm not going to change the shirt because this is one of the shirts that I wore at work when I worked at Pandora. So we're going to have to deal with that. Also, if you're wondering about this glammed up look, I just recorded a tutorial on this look. So if you guys want to watch that, definitely check that out. It is on my channel. But anywho, you guys clicked on this video because of the title. So this video is going to be a video about my experience working at Pandora. I posted on Instagram a question asking people to ask me questions about what they want me to answer in this video. So I do have a list of questions on my phone. I'm going to hopefully try to get through all of them because I don't like making videos really long because I don't know if you guys want to watch really long videos. So we're going to get into the video and the questions. But first things first is, I'm not trying to bash Pandora. This is just my experience. There was negative experience as well as positive experiences at the location that I worked at. And I'm not going to say which location I worked at just because we don't want problems. But this is my experience, my own experience. This isn't everyone's experience. So just keep that in mind. This is my experience. So the first question is, how was the application process? So you can apply online. That's how it was at the location I worked at. But when I got hired, I actually got hired by going to the store and giving my resume. I had absolutely zero retail experiences as well as jewelry experience. So don't let that make you guys think that you guys need jewelry experiences as well as retail experience, because I had absolutely zero and I still got hired there. The next question is, how is the interview and what did you wear? So the interview was really quick. It was like 5-10 minutes, extremely quick. So I was lucky enough to get one of the nicer managers, not one of the ones that are really strict and who just like stare you down during the interview. I had one who like laughed and I just talked about anything with her. But the questions that I got asked was, what was your availability like? I wasn't going to school. I didn't have another job, so my availability was open. So I was available at any time, any day. I was available weekends, weekdays, mornings, nights, all that stuff. They also ask you, what is your biggest strength and what is your biggest weakness? I would definitely answer those questions. Don't say I don't have a strength or I don't have a weakness, because it's going to help you a lot to get hired instead of saying I don't have a weakness or I don't have a strength. They're gonna ask you, why do you want to work at Pandora? Be honest. I remember I told them that I love Pandora, but honestly I knew nothing about Pandora. I kind of lied for that question, but it still helped because I got the job. They asked, what can you do for Pandora? From my experiences, I used to work at a lot of food industry, so I felt like I was really good with customer service and I can deal with a really bad customer. So that's what I said. I don't know if they still ask this question, but they did ask me this during my interview. They asked me how much I was looking to get paid. I'm not gonna answer that because that's confidential, but that is a question that they did ask me that time. I don't know if they still do. Another question they asked was, do I own Pandora jewelry? This is funny because at the time I did tell the manager that I did own a Pandora bracelet, but I actually didn't. I kind of lied because, you know, I really needed a job. I was jobless for like 3 months and I was like, okay, I can't do this, I need a job. So I lied and said how I do have a bracelet, but I forgot to put it on. And she said, oh, what kind of bracelet you have? And I lied and said I have a Disney bracelet, which is funny now because I actually do have a Disney bracelet. So yeah, they do ask if you do have Pandora jewelry. I would suggest you have Pandora jewelry before you work. If you don't have Pandora jewelry, borrow from somebody else because you're 100% going to have to be wearing Pandora jewelry. A lot of the questions are very simple, but those are the questions that stood out to me more. Okay, the next question I got asked was, how fast did I get hired? It took about a week. It didn't really take that long. I literally had my interview and then I think 2 or 3 days later they called me to let me know I got my job, and then they told me to come in to get my booklet of what I had to sign, all these papers and all that fun stuff. So I did that, just have to sign it, go back, give it to them. They just go through it, they send it to HR, and then from there that's when they start scheduling me for training. How was training at Pandora? So training was kind of boring, not gonna lie. You would have to watch a whole bunch of videos about Pandora jewelry, the silver they use, the rose, the gold, all that stuff, the Cupid zirconias, all the detailed stuff about Pandora, where it started, what year it started, just stuff like that. Then you have to learn about like the stone cuts, the different pieces, how the fitting is, the sizing. It's very simple stuff, but it was really boring. A lot of reading and a lot of watching videos. It was maybe like three days of just doing that. It was probably 3-4 hour shifts doing that. It was pretty boring, but you got paid for just sitting down. But when actual training started, where you actually help customers, it was a little bit nerve-wracking, I would say, especially at the location that I worked at, because our store was extremely small. So moving around and getting from place to place was hard because there was always somebody around. And knowing where everything was one of the hardest things that I had to learn, because there's so much pieces of jewelry, so many names that you have to try to remember. But once you start working more, that's when you start getting the hang of knowing exactly where everything is, knowing about sizing, knowing about ring sizes, because Pandora doesn't go by size 6, size 5, because Pandora's jewelry goes by Europe sizing, so it goes by like size 50 is a 5, size 52 is a 6. That's how the numbers on the bags are written. They weren't written by size 5, size 6, size 7. It was by European number, so you would have to learn that, but you do get the hang of it. Oh shoot guys, I also forgot to mention what to wear at your interview. I just wore a pair of tights with like a blouse that like covered my butt and a pair of flats, and that's literally it. So the next question I got asked was, what was a normal day like? You would come in, clock in, go to the back room. Our back room was super small. I don't know how to explain it, but it was tiny. I'm telling you, maybe like 3 people could fit in there, but they tried fitting sometimes 7-8 people in there. Obviously can't do that now because of COVID, but back in the day, that's what we had to do. We were all like squashed like this. So if you're opening the store, you would just get your sales goals, the transactions you should be making. They tell you about what your average sale amount should be. Like each transaction has to be about $110, $105. It was always different every week. So we got that information, and then they just let us know how the night went the day before, just so we know what to expect. Also, if we got any new jewelry, they let us know about that stuff. It was more about like knowing what the sales were and how much you're supposed to hit and all that stuff. If you're working a night shift, they would tell you the same information that they would have told you if you worked in the morning, but just they would let you know about what happened throughout the day, what to expect, if the day was busy, if the day was slow, basic information like that. You would just go on the floor, help customers. So working at the Pandora location that I worked at, I got hired as a sales associate. So you would do sales as well as cashier. You would learn both positions, and that's what a sales associate does. They do their sales and they work on the cash. So you would learn both positions. Did you make commission? So no, I did not make commission, which I absolutely hated. There was days where you just sold so much and you get absolutely nothing from it. All you get is your minimum wage, and that is it. I did hear before I started working there that they did used to get commission, but then they did end up stopping it, which I hated, because like this one time I had $4,000 sales. Imagine if I got 1% from that. I don't know how much that would have been, but I'm sure that's some money in my pocket. But yep, at my location we got absolutely 0 commission. I know other locations you did get commission, which I'm kind of jealous of, but no, we did not get commission at our location. This one's a really good question. What's the atmosphere like at Pandora, and are the employees treated well? I did make good friends at Pandora. I did have fun at Pandora. Time did go by really quick because Pandora is a very busy store, especially the location I worked at. I worked at a mall, and that mall was hella busy almost every single day. So time did go by fast. The atmosphere was good, but everyone had their days where some days were good, some days were bad. Also, are the employees treated well? I don't want to throw any shade. I don't want to throw any shade. Okay. Okay. First person look, my look, okay? Yes, Pandora treated me very well. The location I worked at, some employees did not get treated well. I don't really want to like bring up stories or experiences on someone else's experience, but in all honesty, yes, Pandora did treat me well as an employee, but they did not treat everybody else well. maybe that's another story, but that's not going to be this story. Sorry guys. Let me know if you guys want to hear that story though. Just let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll have a story time, but that is not going to be the story. Pros about working at Pandora. So like I said before, I did make really good friends. I did make friends that I'm still friends with today. Friends that I actually talk to about my problems, my secrets, all that stuff. That's a huge pro. I did make really good friends. The discount was pretty good. I'm gonna get more into detail on the discount. I'm going to get more into the discount question just because I actually have a question about the discount, but the discount was a pro. And like for me, I felt like hours were really easy to get just because a lot of the employees who I worked with went to school. So if I got only like 25 hours in the week, I was able to go all the way up to 44 hours because a lot of them couldn't work or didn't want to work, so they just gave me their shifts. So it was really easy to get hours. Cons: booking off work was sometimes really hard. I don't know if this is normal, but if you booked off more weeks than you were allowed to, you were actually told that you had to quit and then apply again. Like say I'm going back home to Guatemala or Honduras for a month. I would have to quit and then apply again when I come back, but I might not be guaranteed my job. So that was a huge con. I did not like that. I never left the country or needed to do that, but a lot of the employees at the store had to do that. Also, just booking off in general, Pandora has a lot of promotions, which means there is a lot of blacked out weeks, it's called, where you cannot book off at all. And if you do, there's going to be a problem. Calling in sick was really hard. I didn't experience that much because I don't really get sick, and I never really call in sick for my job. When it comes to me and work, I'm really serious with my job. So I didn't really call in sick, and when I did, they were okay with it because like I said, I never called in sick. But when I did, they were fine. But there was like other people who, if you called in sick, you have to bring a doctor's note and all that stuff, and if you don't bring in a doctor's note, you get written up. Also, you have to work weekends. I know, sucks. Yes, you have to work weekends. Another con that I thought of was the different positions that were in the store. So there was, okay, so there's like your sales associate, your visual associates, the person who does stocking, and your visual and stocking employees get paid a little bit more. And something I did not like at all was when they would say, hey Lizzie, can you go do visuals? It's like, I'm still getting paid minimum wage as being a sales associate, and you want me to do visuals? And the people who actually do visuals are getting paid more than me. Yeah, that was something I really hated. I never said anything about it because when I get into confrontations, I do not know how to shut up, and I wasn't going to try to lose my job. But me, like I said, me in confrontation, I usually win. That's all I'm going to say. One of the biggest cons was uniform. So the colors you were allowed to wear at Pandora was pink, gray, black, and white, and your shoes had to be like dress shoes. I don't think this is for every location because I've been to other Pandoras and I've seen them wearing like clothes that we weren't allowed to wear at our location. So just to mention that, like the Pandora locations here in Canada, majority of them are franchised. I heard that the corporate locations have it a little bit more easy. But that's from what I heard. But like I was saying, cons about uniforms. So I don't know if this is at every location. There was something about the district manager from the location I worked at. She was extremely strict when it came to uniform. If you wear a white shirt, she'd grab a piece of paper and ask you, is it the same color? If you're wearing a white shirt. If it's not, that's not the right white you should be wearing. It can't be off-white, it can't be cream, it has to be white. If you have black pants on and there's like if there's like lint on it, you better go to the back room and start linting off your pants because it's unprofessional to have lint on your clothing. So this is a gray cardigan that I thought was okay to wear because it's gray and we were allowed to wear gray. So I don't know if you guys can see on the sweater how there's like material coming off. Yeah, that's a huge no-no. So if I wore this to work, they would have told me to take it right off. So yeah, that was like one of the biggest cons was uniform. They're really strict on uniform. I've never had a job that was extremely strict. The reason they say that they're strict is because we sell jewelry and we have to be professional, because I guess customers aren't going to come in if I wear a gray sweater where the material is coming off a little bit. But okay, enough talking about the cons. Next question. How was your discount, and did you get discount on promotions? So at the location I worked at, the discount was 40% off. I've heard of other locations where their discount actually went all the way up to 70%. So I'm pretty sure it could range anywhere between 40 to 70%, maybe even more at other stores, I don't know, but that's how much the discount was at my location. Also, we had a limit per month of $250 before discount. Yeah, I wish it was more, trust me, but that was the discount. And to answer the question about do we get discount on promotions, nope, we don't. It's either you do a promo or you get your discount, which most of us would do our discount because a promo never really goes that high, up to 40%. It does go up to 50% sometimes, but that's on selective items. So at the end of the day, our discount would have been a lot more better. Did you get free jewelry? No, we didn't get free jewelry. I did get, actually no, scratch that. I did get one ring for free once, which was a crown ring, this enchanted crown ring. That's the only thing I got for free. Reason was I got put in a draw and they picked my name out and they told me I get that ring. So that's the only piece of jewelry that I got for free. Other than that, nope, you absolutely get no jewelry for free. Next question was, do you have to wear their jewelry? Yes, you do have to wear their jewelry. That's what you're trying to promote. Do know that you have to be up to date with their jewelry, from what I read in a book one day when I was bored at work, but nobody at the location I worked at really did that. They just wore whatever they wanted to wear. You would have to wear 3 pieces of jewelry, which is like rings, bracelets, necklaces. I usually wore my full bracelet and then like 4 rings, but it has to be 3 pieces of jewelry, and you cannot wear any other brand jewelry unless it's religious or like a wedding ring, engagement ring, anything like that. Other than that, you are not allowed to wear any other type of jewelry. This video is really long, it's going to be hard to edit, but I am down to my last question. So my last question is, why did I leave Pandora? I didn't really leave Pandora. I got let go because of COVID. I did say that in one of my other Pandora videos. When COVID happened, everybody at the location that I worked at got let go. When my manager let me go, I was kind of pissed. I didn't really listen to what she was saying on the phone because it was a phone call. All I heard was something about 13 weeks. If you don't like hear from us in 13 weeks, I'm assuming we're not allowed back. So it was like 5 months. So that was like March, and then in August, like the last week of August, she sent me an email about coming back. But I didn't see that email until like September, until like the end of September. But I was already not interested of coming back to Pandora. The job itself was a really good job. I wouldn't mind going back. Maybe if it was a different location, probably I'll go back, but I got let go. I didn't really leave. Another question that I got asked a lot was how to tell Pandora jewelry is fake. This isn't going to be a video about that because I actually want to do a full video explaining real Pandora jewelry and fake Pandora jewelry. I want to buy fake Pandora jewelry, put them together and show you guys the difference. So that's going to be another video. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. But yeah guys, that was my experience at Pandora. I hope this did help you guys on some questions that you guys asked me. This is my experience. I'm not telling you guys about someone else's experience. Someone else's experience could be a lot better than how I experienced Pandora, or a lot worse than how I experienced Pandora, but this is my own experience. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any other questions that I didn't answer in this video. I'll be more than happy to make a part 2. I don't know, I like to talk a lot, so I feel like these are perfect videos for me. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments if you have other questions. If you worked at Pandora, tell me about your experience. Was anything similar to what I experienced at Pandora? Again, I love Pandora's jewelry. I still wear it to this day. It was just a job where you have negative experiences as well as positive experiences. So yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like guys. I'll see you guys in my next video.